Alright, so in this VOD review, we're going to be watching Veswa, one of the top Magneto players. Um, I always love watching these top players. It really helps you see how to make the most out of this character. So, Hook comes out and doesn't really go to him, so he doesn't burn his shield for it. Notice a couple of his teammates are already dead. They die on the flank. He's still sticking to this fight, and the Widow just cooks two people on his team. This is looking really tough, and at this point, you just kind of die. Wait, reset, close your team. Oof, that was tough. We were watching the kill feed there. Well, literally everyone in his team got headshot. So, yep, it's a one above all lobby, that's for sure. Now, his team looks like they're choosing to all go to the right side here. They don't want to get... Oh, that's interesting. Alright. I was gonna say they don't want to get picked apart. And yeah, but I think that's why they're all playing together here. They're actually even rotating to the high ground up here. He gets kind of pulled by the bridge. Alright. So, what do you do now? That's the question. Um, I think if I'm in his position, like I want to get to point, right? They're giving up point here, which is kind of strange. But I think that makes it easier to rotate here, start touching the point, spam damage into there, build your ult, and maybe shield yourself whenever you after you see the Bucky hook starting to come out. Um, yeah. Alright, let's see. Goes down there, pokes a little bit, then chooses to go to below. Interesting. Alright, does a lot of things I didn't expect he would do. So first, he goes down to the stairs and pokes the Bucky. Not totally sure why. Maybe one, he could build ult. Two, he can bait them to thinking that he's going that way. Okay, the next thing he did was he rotated, but he didn't go right to the point. Instead, he went closer, uh, here. And he gave a bubble to his Star-Lord, who went in. Which is really interesting. So like you can see, even in like a competitive lobby, there's like already the coordination there. Maybe he did that because like the Star-Lord already has his ult now, because he used his blaster barrage in here. So a lot of interesting like team play. Um, then moves to the point. Oh, he also used his shield for himself, right, to stay alive. Um, he now has his ult, and he's just gonna pop that ult in here. It might hit the ceiling. Oh, nope, doesn't hit the ceiling, hits the Widow. Really nice. Right. Uses a bubble for a teammate. A little bit of a mistake there, I think. He used his bubble a little too early, even because, you can expect the Magneto is going to have ult if you have ult. And bubble ran out, but by the time the meteor came out, although this is still winnable, even if his Atom is dead, his Star-Lord is dead. Alright. Yeah, so what do you do next, right? Just taking a look around. I really don't think pushing hard here is exactly the play. Although he does have two healers. Hmm. And is one of them Loki? Loki's about to ult him. Alright, so that's the play here. So what I think to do is you keep focusing on the backline. You can put pressure onto these people. You also do more damage than Solar Group rather than Magneto, right? Because if we just shoot Magneto, he's gonna get healed. Shoot the backline, we might even get cut. Stay here because Invisil's about to come out. And maybe use your shield for shoot, let me see. I would use my bubble for myself, not my shield, because I want to keep shooting. Uh yep. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Bro, use your bubble! What the fuck? Oh, that was messed up. Alright, not really sure why you don't do that, but that's how it is sometimes.
Rise, my friends! You shall not be harmed.
Anyone willing to help?
Oh, Hope Loki just dies instantly when he gets res. That sucks. Adam might have meant for him to be placed behind cover, but it didn't happen. Alright, at this point, if you're watching the kill feed, 3 people I think on this team have died. Adam might come back, but we're down Loki, we're down Bucky. Not your fight. Just leave. Alright, so he uses his bubble for himself. Starts walking out. After he gets hooked. Sees Widow pushing up a little too far. Punishes her. Awesome. Alright. Let's do a quick thinking of what's the next steps. So, few things are really key to keep in mind. Number 1. Ultimates. So what ults do they have? They have Bucky and Mag, I think. Let me check. Yep, pretty much. And we need to think about how we're going to use our ult. I would use my ult to counter Bucky, most likely. Just counter it as soon as you see it. Another thing that you could do is save your bubbles for whenever their Mag is going to ult. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, awesome. Sees the Atom Res go out. Bubbles himself a little... I don't know about all that. So notice how he bubbles himself before the mag ult comes out. So he doesn't have bubble to protect him or his teammate. Then he shields himself a little early here. Let's just point this out again. This is kind of something I do on mag all the time, and it's not a great habit, right? So you see, our shield only lasts like 3 seconds tops, but even less there. He didn't have full charge, and he pops it before the meteor gets thrown, so he doesn't have it to protect himself. All right, so walking up here, uses his ult. Like I think she killed the Mantis or the Invis. Notice that the Bucky ult goes out immediately as soon as he pops his ult. And, doesn't seem to get any value, though. That isn't because the meteor protected it or anything. I think it was maybe some kind of misplay on the Bucky's part. But yeah, on Magneto, one thing I definitely try to do is save that ult for the Bucky, because like you can just soak up his shot, his shots that follow his ultimate, right? So even if he marks someone to like try to kill them and get the reset to do it again, if you can soak up those follow-up shots, he might not ever like start that chain of kills that wipe your team. And you can usually get the kill on the Bucky too. Alright, so just kind of farming up ult here. Yeah, so what do you do here? Number 1 thing is Adam seems kind of out of position. I would be just spamming the people up top here, using natural cover like this to protect myself. Building my ultimate. Another thing to keep in mind is who's taking damage. So we have Bubble. Give it to someone who's actively taking a fight like this Bucky. Oh wait, we don't have Bubble. Almost online. Bucky fortunately wins his duel, and you can see Veswa is just dealing damage to the Black Widow. Oh, this is a great time to use his ult though. This is a really good opportunity, right? Everyone's bundled up. Invis just ulted, so she's gonna be staying in here. Yeah, what I would do is probably shoot Widow, instantly ult, look for the Invis. She probably has jump, so then I would turn and like look at the Mantis. I'd also want to go like pretty high up, maybe. Interesting. Alright, he's holding on to it a little bit. I guess, yeah, alright, so he makes the call that it's just not needed. I'm sure he's right. Yep, saving it until like there. Trying to, and you notice how that like that creates a lot of space. But he doesn't have the Bucky. Oh, no. Right. Alright, so what do you do next? Well, a couple things are going on, yeah, but Magneto's right here, and he could touch point. Probably want to knock the Magneto back, and then start pushing with Bucky to help secure the kills. Alright, got Magneto, now to push. Nice. They got a big pick on the Widow. Mantis is just feeding her brains out. I don't know. Let's just see that one more time. Notice when Mantis is standing out in the open, so he prioritizes her. He has his full right click, so he's gonna shoot, right click, shoot to get that kill. Okay, bam. Easy. Alright, in this situation, what I would do, I'm gonna walk up, I'm gonna try to bubble my Bucky, and since we have two options really, we can either from there shoot the Invis because she's low, or shoot the Bucky because he's fighting our Bucky. I would put my attention on the Bucky because we have two people shooting at him at this point. That is, if he survives. Else, just shoot the Invis. Oh no, we're not there in time. Oh! Okay, there's a lot. Alright, the bubble goes out to save the Bucky and the other team. Careful, but he uses his shield to protect himself. Awesome. Again, looking for those supports in the backline. He's shooting past the Magneto. Very smart. Alright, so we've seen him use his ult pretty, like, offensively and early in this fight. So I think I would prefer to, like, hold on to it a little bit. Use it more like a counter. I think he's not been getting as much value out of it as he could so far. Besides that, I mean, I'm thinking, alright, who do we counter? Maybe we could counter Adam, because he should have res by now. He's been 2 fights. We could counter the Bucky, we could counter Invis, a lot of options. Another thing to keep in mind is they have Maggle right about now, so maybe putting Bubble onto our Thor here might be a little bit risky. Just, yeah. Alright, so there's the Invis, there's the ult. Going for the Invis. We didn't have jump. Let's watch that one more time. It's kind of unusual. Oh boy, that's a mistake. Alright, so notice how Invis used her double jump, meaning she has no way to escape if we throw the rock at her. That's why we ult here. I think. Doesn't really aim it, so doesn't get the kill. Also, let's notice how much damage. Yeah, so this is like pretty much a full charge mag ult. Like he threw it at the wrong time, he just didn't look. Maybe he tried to get a 2-for-1. But Bucky had dash, Invis didn't. And that's why marking the Invis is really important here. Marking as in like putting her as the #1 priority. Let's get her out of the game. Bam. Alright, Widow dies. Adams, you can expect him to res pretty soon, so let's get him out of here. Pushing the back line, zoning the Widow out of everything, knowing his team can deal with these guys, most likely. Take off. 1, 2. It's actually like a 3v3. I don't know if it can deal with all that. Yeah. I like the idea to look around, just kind of make sure his team is okay. And he helps kill the Adams, then goes back to the Widow. Done with her pretty decisively. Magneto is like one of the best 1v1 champs in the game, I think. And he's busy. All right. Very solid Magneto gameplay so far. Some things that I think he's already doing super duper well is like his like target priority is pretty just out of this world good, right? He's like always looking. I don't know how much damage he has. Let's just take a peek. Veswa is the MVP. He's 18 and 2. Um, and basically all of his kills are on the enemies like DPS and supports. So notice that their tank has the least deaths on the enemy team. He just doesn't shoot the tank. He doesn't care. He's just gonna shoot past him, and he's gonna shoot at people like Bucky, at like Adam, people who are out of position, or like big damage dealers, all that kind of thing. And he's gonna get picks. He gets them all the time. Oh, wrong person. Alright, so nice position here. Just can kind of stand here, put shots in, build his ult. Yep, standing out in the open there because, or well, near cover, but out in the open so you can right click them, knock them back, and get extra ult charge. Alright. Yep, so this is pretty interesting. He's recognizing that his door is about to go in, so he gives them a bubble. And at this point, what I would be focused on is just going in and shooting like their Punisher, most likely. Because their Punisher is the one who's going to be able to kill Thor the best. And then the next thing I want to keep in mind is that I have my shield available, right? So if Thor is going to get blown up, he has to get out. And it can be good to walk up and shield your Thor to protect him. So let's see how it goes. Thor doesn't go in. Still looking at that backline. Using the shield to protect himself. Doesn't have bubble, gotta bubble yourself. Oh, doesn't have it in time. Kinda misses the Loki clone, or Loki lamp, that sucks. Hmm. Yep, so at this point, is Invis has been dead for 10 seconds, and he's still playing up here. I think whenever that happened, it might have been, a- a- and our Thor didn't go in and everything. Might have been good to say, like, alright, let's play a bit more passively, back up to the next position to hold. Use your cooldowns, like, use your shield to, like, kind of walk out. But we stay here and we get caught out. Ugh, ugh. Okay, back into it. Just to give up the point. Alright, so ults, right? Bucky has his ult because he farmed the team, and they're gonna have both support ults at least. They also have a Punisher, right? And he farmed too. Punisher ult is something we also need to counter as a Magneto player, because Punisher is very vulnerable, and Punisher charges, he's slow and stuff, and his ult, and he's he charges your ult super fast, so you can build all the damage you need to take him out. So I would be thinking, like, they're gonna have me Punisher ult. I probably want to use my ult to counter. Oh god, we're down to people. Get out, guys, get out. This is... just give it up. Alright, they decide to take the 4v6 because they have a support ult. I guess this makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh, that was... Alright. Just gonna go back here, right? Let's talk about what the, like, best play to do is. So, at this point, Invisible goes out from the other team. Fuck, he's pushed up. Magneto ult. We're down 2 people. We need a heroic play, and the Punisher is just ulted. The first thing that comes to mind is we just pop our ult, go through the invis, and try to kill Punisher. The biggest problem with this idea, though, is that if we pop our ult and then um, try to throw it at Punisher, we can't see Punisher because we're not in that in here in the invis. Knowing that Punisher, if he shoots for like a second and a half, it's enough damage to cancel our ult. I feel like we should not be ulting at this point. It's very low likelihood of working out. But if we can just get to that invis, then you pop it and we win. Really great block. Yeah, he just has to throw it immediately. The second invis goes out from there, Loki. And GG. Wow! I hate to see it. I just hate to see it. Alright. Pushing main. So yeah, what do you do here? We have all our cooldowns, and our Thor is pushing in. So, here we have a pick. Target prioritization. We want to go, like, I'm thinking Invis is available, so let's go for her. And then I'm looking for the Punisher next. I'm looking to, like, shoot right-click them. And if I'm taking a lot of damage, or my Thor's taking a lot of damage, we use a bubble. Bubble Thor there. That's okay. Yep, clean. That Iron Res was just... That was it, man. That was great. You got the whole team back. Alright, easy pick. Good time to push here. So what I would do is I would go around this corner and I would start be like I'd be shooting at their the with the Punisher. And I'd be really conscious of the fact that they could kill me here. So I would probably bubble myself first, like at this point, I'm taking damage, to keep shooting, then shield myself to get out to my team. And he's actually just gonna respect the damage a lot more than I would, and he decides not to take that push. Maybe he wanted to save his cooldowns for later, knowing he can farm his ult from a safer distance. So yeah, don't take the 1v6. Especially against an infinite ammo Punisher. Just take your time, take your time. So the enemy team is coming up on their Punisher and their Maggle again. His team opts to use their ults. Nice, look at how he's patient. He uses his shield only whenever it's needed. So the meteor doesn't go down. Whoop. Oh no, oh jeez, that went bad. That went super bad. So notice the bubble went on to the Punisher. I was gonna say, like, yeah, let's counter ult the Punisher, right? So we recognize that, that's his plan. The bubble goes onto the Magneto, and we're taking God knows how much damage at this point. So, because you can take damage, you can get shot in your ult. Watch his health bar. So, yeah, I guess if you're in that spot, you just throw the rock so that you can then use your abilities to protect yourself. He probably didn't expect that at all. The bubble and everything, so he gets caught off guard. Alright, yep. Focusing on that invis, having his cooldowns, all used up, he finds himself out in the open and dies. I don't know. I don't know how I could have won that. I didn't have the notes. Alright, on the retake here. So, how do we approach this? Well, number one is our Thor is going to die pretty soon, probably. So, someone else is going to need to touch the point to make sure it doesn't get capped. So, I would be like actively moving towards the point here. The next thing is that Thor also has ult, right? We could see that earlier. So he's probably going to come in and ult too. I don't think you can even touch when he does that. Another reason to go up there and touch. Um, Maybe use your shield to walk in and take less damage on your way there. Yeah, let's see how he does it. Just walking in, sticking to shooting. Other team's all focused on Thor, so doesn't use his shield. Dealing damage to the Loki, and supports in the back. Has some abilities available. Unlucky. So I'm not sure it would make much of a difference. It was the ult diff. Look how he's just tearing up that rocket. Wow. Tears up the Loki too. He is a menace. What? Dude. This is Magneto the assassin. Killing your triple support comp like they're nothing. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Didn't matter too much since Mr. Seema's dead and the cap already went out onto the point. So here they're just kind of grouping up, seeing the hook. This is an early shield. So what I mean by that is the sound effect goes out from Bucky. Therefore, he's gonna have hook, and he can hook in like the next 3 or 4 seconds, which is definitely longer than our shield lasts. So shielding, whenever you hear that sound effect, it's usually not a good play. They'll just hook you right after. But what I would do after is to just bubble. I'd probably just walk to cover. And bubble myself if I find myself still out in the open. Then start shooting them. Alright, go into cover. Good stuff. Bubble is online. One way you could go about using this is to counter the Punisher like we talked about earlier. Remember, their Magneto's ult's gonna be available as well, so maybe you want to save your cooldowns for that. Alright, just kind of poking, seeing the back line. Often to save his ult until the bubble goes out. Very smart. Oh, he's so close to getting it off, but it, almost. But the damage from Punisher breaks his ult before he can throw it. You can see how he's like learning in real time, right? He's choosing to save his ult until the bubble goes up from the Magneto. He's choosing to save his shield until like the Magneto's just about to throw the ult. Like, really good. This dude definitely is a sick Magneto. Oh my god. Live finish. Alright, so tough spot to be in here. We're in the Abyss. As far as our ult economy, it's not the best. Although they have no support ults left, and we're really just trying to stay alive for our Star-Lord to then pop ult. So at this point, I want to reload. I want to put pressure on their Magneto, the most dangerous person. And just kind of like shield myself from taking too much damage. Alright. Pushing up. Actually, we get 2 kills by our Thor, so we just decide to walk right in. Nice. And this is really good for his team, because now they're going to have the Star-Lord ult for the next fight, and they don't have any support ults. As far as ult usage, I think they're going to have the Punisher and the Bucky back online, right? It's been about 2 fights. So, well, actually, I think that's just been one super duper long fight, but it's enough for these players to get their ult. So, I'm probably gonna save that ult for the counter again. Breaking the totems because the Star-Lord ult goes out immediately. Helps kill the Bucky, shields himself. Uses. Oh, this is a terrible spot to be on. Okay, yeah, gets out of there. Walking back. All right, how do you play this, right? So, number one, we need to be expecting that their Punisher is going to come back any second and is going to pop a ult. And in the meantime, we want to deny as much space as possible to make it as difficult as possible for them to touch the plane. So I want to save my ult, but I want to push up. Bubble check. We don't have bubble yet, so I'm just going to be shooting their invis. Is like, wait, who is this? Shooting their Loki, who's playing as invis. Yep, just kind of staying out in the open. We have bubble for ourselves if we take a lot of damage. Just kind of backing up these invisibles just to get some space. You just want to wait out the Punisher ult and use her ult after the ability's been used. Right, so the bubble goes out. This is the ult right there. Bam! Yeah, that was awesome. So smart. Rocket dead. Wait up. Well, if you watched these before, you know, I'm often tired when I record, although this is probably the sickest Magneto game I've ever seen. Like, holy crap, this dude just totally outplayed them. Um, Especially that Punisher. So, quick recap of things that this dude's doing super well. You notice how much pressure he puts on their backline and their damage dealers? He just kind of ignores their Magneto most of the time. The next thing I saw that he did super well was that he had this like really good ult usage. So towards the end, especially, he always knew who he was trying to counter, which is like often the Punisher. He was patient, so he wouldn't just burn it. Um, he would wait for like the abilities to go down and then see his opening and then get it. Uh, he also was aware of their Magneto ult, and he would use his shield to protect his team. Uh, I feel like all of these things were like things that he picked up throughout the game. Like it was kind of a slow start and then got better. So definitely, um, whenever you're playing Magneto, a great tip is to be actively thinking about how you want to use your abilities, your ultimate, your bubbles, and your shield. And you're gonna get a lot of value because you can counter the other team. So, yep, that's everything for this one, and I will see you later.